Okay, so we're going to optimize this image, and you optimize for speed for your websites and for quality, because you have to make some justifications to make the smallest size that you can so that it won't take it so long to load for a web page. If we go up to image, and I go up and I click on image size, I can see that this is a 300 dpi resolution image. It's also 14 inches wide, or 4200 pixels. Now when you're dealing with measurements for a website, we deal in pixels instead of inches or picas or points or inches. So I'm going to be looking up here for kind of the sizes. What's nice is Photoshop will automatically drop this resolution down. If I want to, I can preset it, but you want your images at 72. At 72. Would be the best resolution to do it, to optimize for the size. I don't always have to change this resolution size. If we use the correct way to optimize it, Photoshop will drop the resolution to 72. And what's nice is by not dropping it, I don't oversave on my image and lose the high quality accidentally. So I usually just work with it, and I'm going to work with just sizing. So I'm going to cancel out. But I do know this image is way too big than what I need to use on the web page. I'm going to use this like in a blog post or on a page within the content, not a full width. So what I want to do is still go back to image, image size, and I'm going to bring it in. You have to make a decision when you're dealing with your a website. If you're going to ever use an image that might be full width of the web page, you might want to bring this in at maybe 1500 pixels. But I know I want to use this in my content, so I'm going to just bring it down to the width of 600 pixels, which seems kind of small. But when I go up to optimize this image, I go up to File. On the older versions of Photoshop, you would go Save for Web. On the newer versions, you're going to go up to Export, and the same thing, Save for Web, is going to be in there. And it'll come up to this page. Now, sometimes it might be just a single, which is just looking at your original. You can look at just the optimized one, or I usually have it set at 2 up. And what it is the top one is the original one, so I can see the quality. And then there's different formats to save. You have a GIF, a JPEG, 2 pings, and we don't use the WBMP. Where our choice for photograph is either going to be a ping or a JPEG. The ping is a really large file. It's a high quality. I really reserve that for if it was more of a graphic and a smaller size. And maybe in Illustrator I would save it in that. But we're in Photoshop. We're dealing with a photo, so we want to definitely use JPEG. And what's nice up here is the JPEG compresses it. It takes detail and information out of it. That's how it makes it smaller. And up here, my original size is telling me what size this image was. It was a 703K size file. That by optimizing it to a JPEG, it's reduced it to only a 14.03K. And then it also tells me, I've got it set at an average download, that it's going to take a second to load, which is fine. If this said 14 seconds, 10 seconds, I would really have to rechange this. But if I've got this set at progressive, which progressive allows it to show the image loading, instead of just a blank screen and then an instant image. So that's what the progressive does. So I select the progressive, and then you get different compression settings. If I do the very high quality, this just bumps it to 2 seconds, but it more than doubles the size. And if you look, you guys can't see my screen. If it was on your screen, you would see the quality is pretty much the same, but also if I change this to medium, it changes the image a little bit, but not that much. That is, I think it's more valuable to drop the quality down to the medium. Just makes the file size smaller. And then if I save this image, give it a name, and then I need to know where I'm doing it. So that's saved. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the next images. I'm going to take a look at it. This is another image. I'm going to go up to the image size. It's too big. I'm going to make this one, I'm going to make all my images 600 pixels wide. It's a decent size to bring in just to go within your content area. It looks kind of small, but because it's going to be pushed to 70 dpi, it's not that. I'm going to go save for the web. Same thing. Decide, and I might want to bump, sometimes you can bump just this up to like 40. Maintain the quality. And when you're working in batches, you know, it will bring up the last saved version. So if you've got similar images, you can really kind of, you know, work through these kind of quickly. And I got the scene. Now this one, I'm going to save, like it might be a full width. I might use this as a full width. So I'm going to go size it to, I know the template I'm using, the full width is 2000 pixels. So I'm going to change this one to 2000 pixels. And then I'm going to crop it a little bit, which you have your cropping tool. If you click on it, allows you to crop it, just because I think the height is going to be a little too much versus where I'm going to use it in the website. And it saves file size. So then I'm going to go save for the web. And you can lift your image up so you can get detail in here. This is a big file, so I want to watch this one, but detail looks, you know, about the same. So it's nice when you're working on images. Now this is something I'll show you. I want this image to be pretty much the same size as this image, so because I might use it in a header. So I'm going to size this one to the same width as the other one, which was 2000 pixels. But to guarantee it's the same size, I'm going to I'm going to select all, and I'm going to copy it to my clipboard. And then I'm going to paste it over this one. And that way I'm guaranteed to have the exact same dimensions as the other one, because it's important to save an image. The same size. And then I'm going to, same thing, save that one for the web. It was the same quality, so I'm going to trust where it's at. And then I'm going to size this one. I'm going to make this one, I'm going to give some more sizes that are in there. So I'll do this one at 1,000. I'll do some 1,200. Save for the web. It's a pretty big image. So this is an example that I'm like, I don't think I want, you can change the width in here. There's an image size here. So if I'm like, I think that's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to bring it down to 1,000. Okay, so now I've just done a bunch of images. Now